Okay, are you guys ready? Coming in live, TheChilliers. Hello, hello. Global Lab update, 3rd of May. A few things here: accuracy, evasion, DR rework, Deboraka ring, limbo rework, monster zone improvement, siege node war changes, quest and knowledge changes. Oh, really? Yeah, oh, really. So, when it comes to accuracy, evasion, and DR rework, many people have been waiting for the adjustment of the number of hits for all classes to be introduced in the previous Black Desert developer commentary. And today, we would like to summarize and share the progress of this work and future direction. First of all, the number of hits for all classes have been initially adjusted, as the goal is to allow you to enjoy the game in a more comfortable environment. The number of hits have been reduced by more than 60 to 70% of each character, and at most by more than 80%. Additionally, the feeling of hitting was improved through additional action work. As the number of hits decreased, adjustments to accuracy and evasion were also made. From a single point of view, it is possible to compensate for the reduced number of hits by adjusting only the skill accuracy and evasion. But if we only do this, we believe it will be difficult to maintain a positive overall balance. This is because as time passes, the damage of each class skill continues to increase compared to the past. And the value of evasion also continues to increase accordingly. Due to the system where the damage is unconditionally set to 0 when evasion is successful, the higher the damage and the fewer the hits the skill has, the higher the value of evasion becomes. Of course, correction for hits will be carried out together, but with this current evasion system, the large variation in damage due to evasion and relatively higher value of evasion than damage reduction are still unreasonable for adventurer playing the game. It may come at you in similar way, even though it is in the same opportunity. In some cases, the damage may be significantly lower. Therefore, we believe that it is necessary to take this opportunity to resolve issues that have been fundamentally problematic in relationship between evasion and accuracy. Ultimately, no matter what setting we use, such as damage reduction or evasion, we plan to readjust them so they ultimately achieve similar efficiency in terms of performance. As mentioned earlier, the system that applies 0 damage unconditionally when evasion is successful is in a situation where the value is greatly amplified as the coefficient increases. Therefore, the system is designed in a way where it takes partial damage, depending on the correlation of the accuracy at time of evasion. Of course, the higher than the evasion value, the lower the total damage taken in the same direction. In the case of damage reduction, there were many opinions about the time until the character dies and kills in PvP situations too quickly. The direction is to increase the overall damage reduction ability. This also the same in that the higher the damage reduction value, the less total damage you take. However, if you accept a decrease in attack power and take a higher damage reduction, you should also consider that the opponent will also have a higher damage reduction, making it difficult to kill him easily. The detailed method will be explained in more detail in the future. As a result, rather than saying that either damage reduction or evasion is better, the two are adjusted so their efficiencies are similar. We want to make an optional area that suits individual taste. You can lower the amount of damage you can receive through damage reduction, take lower damage through evasion, or take similar level of damage on average, so each person chooses the direction they want to take based on their preference. In order to make changes like this, there's natural some additional adjustment that need to be made. as parts of accuracy, evasion, and damage reduction are adjusted, the accuracy, evasion, damage reduction effect for each class skill should be adjusted to an appropriate level within the class characteristic without being excessive. We know that these changes come, the burden on adventurer may increase. The current adjustment direction are being made, taking into account all settings currently used. Even if you don't change your equipment or settings out of confusion, we are preparing to ensure that the damage reduction and evasion efficiency adjustment mentioned earlier will work well. Many parts of the existing system would have been difficult to set up and research, not only for adventurers who are new to PvP, but also for adventurers who have enjoyed PvP for a long time. The changed system is something that we want to adjust so it can be more intuitively understood and applied. There may be some inconvenience in these changes right now, but we hope you will understand this as a process to create a more fun PvP and positive balance in the long term. Once the system basics have been refined, so all the element of damage reduction and evasion, which are the basis for combat, have similar efficiency. We believe that adjusting class balance will not only be a short-term task, but will be possible from a long-term perspective. As I'm trying to explain the system, I think the story may be a bit difficult. I would like to summarize it as follows. Along with reducing the number of hits, many areas of accuracy, evasion, damage reduction will be readjusted. Evasion is changed from a concept where damage is 0 when successful to a method where the damage decreases depending on the relationship with accuracy. Damage reduction abilities increased compared to before. Accordingly, the accuracy, evasion, damage reduction effect for each class skill are also adjusted. We are currently in a situation where we need more time to carry out this work, and we apologize for being able to provide you with the news within the period we inform you of in advance. We hope that improve system, blah blah blah. So yeah, the reason why people say death to evasion is because of the way that they're gonna remake evasion. So the matter of the fact is that they're gonna base it upon accuracy, and you're always kinda gonna get hit, but it's gonna do less damage depending on how the correlation between accuracy and evasion is. So it is almost similar to DR in the way that it works. In the way that it works, it is the same as DR, but DR is more based on damage and like damage reduction. This is gonna be like damage, skill damage, like damage, and accuracy in correlation to evasion. But you're always gonna get hit in a way if you have accuracy. My thoughts about this is gonna be very, very, very tremendously hard to balance. Because not only because they want to take away a lot of hits from character skill to reduce lag. And as you do that, you kind of buff evasion. Like when you do that, less hits, like less times you hit someone. But at the same time, they also want to correlate that with the amount of accuracy, and I don't know. Either way, it is good that they look over this because everyone dies so easily. The damage output in the game is so high, and the value of your gear is 0 unless you play the most broken class in the game. So this is all like what they're trying to do is good, but I don't know if the method is like I don't know if the method is good. That would be. We will see. Hello, Crydrax. Sounds like a sort of glancing blow system. I don't know. I understand what they want to do here, but it's like in a game like BDO, they should take away accuracy on skills, for example. They should just do that to like balance classes. And yeah, a lot of people that want to be able to survive combos and kill people, like, yeah, it might be a big nerf for people like that, but it is well deserved as well. You can't expect to have the cake and eat it too. No, not on any class, not even if you play DR class. You're not supposed to like tank entire combos and then get up and blast someone into the sky. Like, accuracy should be a PvP only thing. Yeah, I agree on that. It would just make the game way better. If every character had the same base accuracy, and accuracy was only a thing that you would get more or less if you if you either buff up or use an add-on or have gear, that would be balanced for PvP. Yeah, when it comes to PvE, it should be all the same. It doesn't make it doesn't make the game more fun if you go up to an NPC and like, oh, swoosh, miss, like, oh, cool. That's not fun. But yeah, here is also one part of the issue, because like they say that they want to balance the game like this, and this sounds very good and everything, but at the same time they do this, so they release more DPS into the game very quickly before they even have done anything like this. So yeah, Deboraka rings. It's gonna allow people to have more DPS. It's gonna allow more people to play these, specific classes that can benefit from having a lot of DP and lower AP. Is gonna allow them to have more DP. Or vice versa, to get more AP to kill more people. But this is not really good for the game at its current state. They have to rework DP, in my opinion, to like be fixed before they add more DPS into the game. This is kind of ridiculous. In not only in the way of like DPS values only, but like also in the way that it devalues other items because of the set effect. People are already selling their Pendebo earrings, and the Pendebo earring got released like, yeah, I mean it haven't been out that long. So yeah, no, premature release, kind of messing up a lot of things, but the Limbo rework, I totally agree that they should rework this. Is content that can be enjoyed more quickly and without burden than the existing. Wait, what? There is an opportunity to obtain the Baraka ring at any monster zone with a recommended AP 310 or higher. Okay. The Forgotten Witch token item will be added as a loot. The probability of obtaining it is low, but as long as you obtain the witch token, you are guaranteed to obtain 2 Debaraka rings. In addition, acquisition is possible through the additional treasure chest that appears depending on the strategy stage. Of course, all Debaraka rings that can be obtained in Limbo can be obtained up to Duo. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea. I like the idea that they're buffing Limbo. It should be something special. I think the rings, the Baraka rings, is too early release, but they could be a part of the Limbo. It could be nice. On a second note, no, it's good because you'll be able to find a witch token at all of these like 310 AP spots or higher. It's good. It's good. I like the idea, but they do say 2 guaranteed. Yeah. But they do that to generalize it before it even got released. First, you have to find a limbo key, and then you have to do the limbo, and then they say that you get at least 2 guaranteed. And the only reason why they do that is to generalize it very quickly, so it becomes accessible to a lot of people. But yeah, you're gonna have to grind for it in the beginning at least. Yeah. I think it's good. It's just premature release on the demo into the game when the game doesn't need to have more DPS. They need to like rework all of the other things first, DP and everything. Yeah, true. It depends on how rare the limbo key is. Like how rare does it drop? Thinking how it is right now, like if you were to go to like Yade Forest or something and grind, it doesn't really drop that often. So you know, but it depends on how many times it drops. Yeah, that sounds fair. Like if it drops 1 in 5 or something, you get 2 double rings if you go over to the limbo. It is a kind of annoying thing that you have to do. Like you have to go over to the limbo and complete all of that, just to get the reward from the key. So hopefully you can get like a few more other things, and not only like 2 rings, right? So it becomes more of a thing. Otherwise, it's just gonna feel like you're finishing up your grind. Like you have to go you have to go over there and do that, and yeah. I don't know what they're writing about right here. There's gonna be a different way. Adventurers can challenge each trial through Crystal of Oblivion. Oh yeah. I remember now. Yeah, you enter these rooms, right? I think they just like I think they just trying to explain this how it works. But yeah, you enter a room and then you have to like you have to complete a challenge, right? Um, in Legacy of the Forgotten Trials, you can drop various loot, including the Debaraka ring at given rate. So they can also be dropped. So you can get more. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Main reward: Debaraka ring, Star of Oblivion, Purified Lightstone. In addition to the Debaraka ring, you can obtain if you obtain 100 stars of Oblivion. Oh, it's a pity. Yeah, it's a pity item for Debo. The Debo ring. Uh, huh. You can sell this. No, that's the. Nah, never mind. Never mind. That's the NPC price. I see, because like the Korean letters are the same right there as right there. And right there as right there. And also like same position. That's the market price right there. They're gonna have to change that. Monster Zone improvements, Tangrad Ruins. Tangrad Ruins is a monster zone where you kill hordes of monsters using the Essence of Ulukita effect, acquired through the Tangrad Guide. However, some classes were able to continue grinding while maintaining the effect by attacking the monster first within the range where Ulukita Essence effect was not erased. So they be able to continue hunting at an advantage over the other classes. Tangrad Guide is now unaffected by Ulukita Essence effect and has been changed to not remove the Ullukita essence effect, narrowing the gap between classes, while also making grinding easier compared to before. The change through the shorter but stronger Ullukita essence effect prevents the speed from slowing down. So everyone already knew that people were abusing the Tungrad Ruins effect like this. That's the reason why some of these YouTube videos, they have like crazy high trash per hour, you know. And I mean, everyone that knew about it was playing that way. I didn't like it, so like I just stopped grinding over here. So I thought like I didn't want to do that. Tungrad guide has been reduced 50% compared to before. Blah blah. Yeah, so they basically just making it so you can't do that. So big nerf to Tungrad Ruin, but people gonna play it like how you should play it intentionally. If it drops at trolls as good as other places, then you're just gonna abuse that with the copium they add another use for despairs. Yeah, if it has like, I don't know if it's gonna have similar drop rate, but if it has similar drop rates, yeah. City of the Dead is a monster zone where you neutralize the strong spells recited by the orange guy, and then the Terramin hordes in afterward. Wait, aftermath? To enable a faster paced battle in this monster zone, as the messenger movement distances as follows have been reduced, while the Termin group summoned by the Knight of the Faith has been improved to approach more quickly. Okay, so this is a buff. A buff to City of the Dead is not going to teleport away too far away. Sometimes it can be pretty hard to like see where it's teleporting to, but and then whenever the knight spawns, the normal monsters approach quicker, and hopefully without the desync, because like the desync makes them sometimes you don't do any damage on them, and then they have to respawn like. So that hopefully that's not a thing anymore. Crypt of the Crypt. Crypt of the Crypt. The way the Dark Knight appears have changed. The Dark Knight will not appear in the dark for a huh? The Dark Knight will not appear in the dark for a certain period of time, but will appear after a 6 minutes after detecting nearby. Okay. Okay, so it's just not gonna linger around. It's gonna disappear if no adventurer is around. It's gonna disappear. But is it gonna spawn in? Like is it gonna spawn in when an adventurer show up? Quint Hill, Fever of Agris have been changed to not be applied when following monsters are killed. Why? Why? Quint Hill is not even that good. It's like okay-ish. So like why are they making it bad? Why are they taking away the possibilities to make it like a decent grind spot so people might want to go there and grind? People are just gonna go grind at Hex now, because Hex is like way better. Yeah, okay. I mean, another reason. Hex is already like a little bit better. Siege and Node War changes. Since the Node War was reorganized, adventurers in each region have been sending us a lot of interest and opinions as the major As this is a major change to the content enjoyed by many adventurers, we also value the sentiment you have conveyed. Among the comments sent today, the part about the number of participants have been changed. According to the changed number of people, the number of war heroes participating have been adjusted. We will respond more flexibly to the changed number of participants, taking into account the actual participation status in each region and opinions received, and expanding if expansion is necessary. That sounds good. In addition, we are closely reviewing settings to bypass restriction in Node War, where certain items and abilities are restricted, and we will inform you of any change through the lab. We will continue to check the various opinions we receive, blah, 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 blah. I think it's just a free beginning ads. Oh. I just saw a bunch of them, that's why. The shaman, troll elite, troll slinger, troll warrior. I think it's like all of the isn't it like all of the small trolls? I don't know. Maybe even the big guy. There's a lot of them. I don't know. I feel like this kind of it doesn't help anyone that they make this grind spot a little bit less good. Like if anything, they can make it a little bit like better, a little bit better. That's why I think it's a weird change. Like why they take away Agris. Is there a reason for that? Like someone abusing that in some kind of way, or like? But yeah, this sounds good. Seems like they are adjusting participation numbers and maximum number of participants per node war group has been adjusted. Maximum number of war heroes. So yeah, this is no cap, I presume. So no cap is like you can have. So they're reducing the amount of war heroes, and they also reducing the amount of people, which is good. It's good to have like if 100 people can play, and it doesn't lag and desync, that's cool. But it doesn't like if it lags and desyncs, and that becomes pretty bad for the gameplay. And it's not the only thing either, because like the more people you have to have for node war, it's like the harder it is for node war to be balanced and good and decent and fun. So usually like it's very easy for these type of node wars to be very fun, because you only need like a few people. It is easier to manage, it is easier to set up. You have a better control fight. Yeah, I think this is good. Something that I still don't see is like whenever they try, like they need to start organizing node war, and what I mean by that is like not this shit. I don't even know what this is. Yeah, like you can be like 800 gear score and you can still do this, and that's an issue. If you can do like the low tier with the beginner guilds as a siege guild, like that's an issue. They have to organize that. Until then it is not good. But yeah, the number seems good. Taxes, guild funds. PA is aware that I'm gonna abuse Quint and gonna make 5 billion per hour whenever the spares go up again. Are they gonna go up again? Quest knowledge changes, quest in Ulukit. Uh, eh, eh. Other changes. Magnus, completion imp, blah 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 blah. Okay, maybe it's not as buggy anymore. I mean, Magnus is still pretty buggy from what I hear. UI changes, some of the names have more clearly related to appearance change function. The refresh button be modified to expose when appearance album is open. Okay. They still haven't fixed like the storage thing. Quint is bad money, don't go there. Some bug fixes right there. That is everything from the global labs. I think it's pretty good that they want to they want to take a look into this accuracy, evasion, and DR. They have to balance it, so like DR numbers and evasion is like it's a different way of being tanky, but they should still have a 1-to-1 ratio of like how important they are and what they mean, and how like how tanky you can become if you just build one or another. It's just a different way of like building. So then you also have a different way to counter, and that's obviously like accuracy and like AP, right? But they are taking away like how evasion is evasion, because you're gonna. It seems like you're gonna get hit either way. But it's like a modifier in a, you know, the more accuracy you have, the more you get hit or whatever. Obviously, but it's not gonna be zero if it's successful. Like when it's not successful, I guess. Yeah, taking away most of the hits from the game to make the game less laggy. I don't know. It seems like a reach to balance, but it also in a happy good world, it seems like it can be okay. Deboraka ring in the game, I feel like is way too early because they still haven't fixed this. So they have to fix like DP values before they add more DPS in the game. I don't think that this is right. Limbo rework. I've been waiting for this a long time. I think it's great when they can add Limbo as a means to do something like special and unique and something that would be very rewarding. But it does seem like they are going to generalize Deboraka rings pretty early in the game, and it does depend on how often the Limbo key drops, though. But my history speaks for itself. They are gonna generalize it very quickly, and it's not needed in the game. I don't even know. Tangra Ruins. This was expected. I've been waiting for this ever since the release, kinda. City of the Dead. That's a good change. The Crypt with the DK. No one really cares about that. Quintil taking away Agris. I don't feel like they have to do that. Siege and Node War changes. I think like overall this is good stuff, but they still keep on missing the point every single time when it comes to Node War and Siege. They can do this all they want, and that is good for population control and like how many people play the game right now. But this is just like an update. That's just like that's the thing they have to do anyway. But the real more important change that they have to do is like they have to categorize into groups like they do when, you know, AOS or in Guild League. You can't have Siege players going and play over at like tier 1. Like that's not good. It's not good for anyone. But you can have them play against themselves even in a lower format PvP, right? But you have to organize PvP, otherwise it's never gonna be good. Never. You can't expect the player base to do it for you. You're gonna get the half-assed, you know, gatekeeping, like don't use this and don't do that kind of a gameplay. Like, is not good. Yeah, and some changes right there.